If you love Family Guy and you have no problem watching repeats of Family Guy late at night on TBS, then you'll very much enjoy Ted 2. So Ted 2 takes place about a couple years after Ted 1, and basically Ted has now married Tami-Lynn, John has now gotten divorced from Mila Kunis, and now we have a new character, Amanda Seyfried, who plays the lawyer who is going to help Ted get his civil rights so that he can adopt a baby with Tami-Lynn, and that is the basic premise of the movie. The format's been changed a little bit. The first one borrowed from every other romantic comedy. You have a guy who's very immature, because maybe his buddies, this movie exactly. But basically it's like he has to realize if he doesn't grow up, he's not going to be able to keep the girl. This movie at least didn't do that. And to boot, Mila Kunis, who I thought was the most annoying part of Ted, is actually outshined by Amanda Seyfried. I thought for sure that's like, oh, well, where's Mila Kunis? Turns out she was having a baby, and yeah, thanks a lot. And she couldn't do it, so they threw in Amanda Seyfried. She was actually she was a lot funnier than expected. I've never seen her do comedy, and for what it's worth, I mean, she kind of stood on her own 2 feet. It is a movie about a talking bear. She didn't really have to raise her game that much, but it works. I thought she was more of a suitable person to be paired with Mark Wahlberg's character, and overall, the movie just works. There's a couple of cameos along the way, I'm not going to spoil them. The one in the grocery store and the box of cereal was probably my favorite. But basically, all in all, Ted is exactly what you might expect it to be. If you saw the first Ted and you enjoyed that one, you're going to enjoy this one. It's probably one of my better comedy sequels that I thought were enjoyable. Movies like The Hangover, Horrible Bosses 2, Anchorman 2, Hangover 3. They're just, or Dumb and Dumber 2. They're just so... So, like I said, go check out this movie. I thought it was very enjoyable. There's not a lot I can say about this other than that you won't be bored. There are some scenes in the middle. The runtime is 2 hours, and it could have been cut down to 90 minutes, but that's my only real quib with the movie. The only quib I had with this movie really was 2 things. One, the opening, with the opening credits, was a musical number, no lyrics, just Ted dancing for about 2 minutes. And I was like, why? And it looked just like the opening for Family Guy. And my second beef with this movie is the repeat villain of Giovanni. I'm going to butcher his name because I can't remember his name. Giovanni Ribisi? Giovanni something. I apologize for not remembering it. But basically, if you remember from the first movie, he was a villain that kidnapped Ted. And he comes back. And to be honest, when I first saw the movie, I thought that he was... lazily playing a different character, and then towards the end, I finally realized that he is the same character from the first movie, which I thought was kind of odd, because shouldn't he be in jail from the first movie? Anyway, he comes back and he does the same thing, and it's like, why? If you could just cut him out, and cut out that opening, and just keep the jokes and the chemistry that you do have between Mark Wahlberg and Seth MacFarlane, I think you'll have a great time. I enjoyed this movie very much, and that's why I give it a B-. Anyway, I'd love to hear what you thought of Ted 2, and what's your favorite comedy sequel? Be sure to comment in the section down below, and as always, thank you so much for watching, because you just got burned.